Welcome back to my channel, Duct Tape Mechanic. In this video, I'm going to show you how to easily remove a stuck inner tub. So this part right here on pretty much any sort of Whirlpool, Maytag, or Kenmore washing machine. So if you find this video to be helpful, make sure you subscribe to my channel for more DIY and tinkering videos. As I stated, this video is going to be applicable to pretty much a multitude of washers, including the Whirlpool Cabrio style washers. So pretty much any sort of Whirlpool, Maytag, Kenmore, Amana, you name it, they're all pretty much under the Whirlpool brand. But basically, I'm going to show you how to remove this inner tub, which can be stuck, and you may need to remove this for a multitude of different repairs, including if you want to deep clean the washer, or if you want to replace the tub itself. There's multiple of different issues that would require you to remove the tub, and it can be a little bit of a challenge to remove sometimes. But and if you have a Whirlpool Cabrio washing machine, you'll have to remove the tub for if you want to do the bearing job, which is a common repair on that sort of machine. I don't have that machine with me at this point to show you, but the principle is going to be pretty much exactly the same. And just briefly, I'm going to show you the first couple of steps you'll have to take to get to the point where you can actually pull the tub up, and that's going to be pretty much removing the agitator, and then coming to the back and removing the 3 screws that kind of hold this whole top piece on. So 1, 2, and then 3. That'll allow you to pop that plate right off. Then we'll be able to just pull the top up. And removing the agitator is pretty much going to be the same for all the models. If you have a Cabrio and it's got a wash plate, you just have to pop up the little cover that holds on the 11mm bolt. In this case, it's popping that up and going down there, removing that bolt. You can see it through all that fabric softener that's turned to mold. But anyways, I'm just going to briefly go to that point so I can show you actually how to remove a stuck tub. Regardless of what model you're working with, you will want to keep you will want to hold on to the agitator bolt because that's going to come in handy in removing the tub. I'm going to show you in a second. On this particular model, you will also have to remove the hub. Then this plastic piece right here. Alright, so if you're watching this video, you're probably at this stage right here, and you've gotten the top of the washer up, you've removed the hub, as in the case of this sort of machine, and you've removed this plastic piece. Now this video is also going to be applicable to the Whirlpool Cabrio washing machines, because those you will have to pull the tub up if you want to do the bearing job on that machine, and that's a very common issue with those. And the principles of how to remove this inner tub is going to be exactly the same. How you get to this point right here is a little bit different. Alright, the first thing you want to do is you want to use this agitator bolt right here, the one you took off when you removed the agitator, and kind of thread it on to the transmission shaft. You don't want to thread it on all the way down, but just a couple of threads should do the trick right there. Plenty of threads still to go, but we do have a couple threads locked in to the transmission shaft, and that's really going to help us lift this tub all the way out without straining our back, because these things can get really gunked up in there. Alright, so after you've got the agitator bolt threaded down, a couple of threads in there, the next piece of equipment you'll need is you'll need 2 2x4s. One of them you can just pretty much cut to maybe like 16 inches. It doesn't really matter because it's just going to act as a spacer. The other one you want to cut according to your washing machine. So you want it to sit inside the tub, or this inner lip of the tub. So you should push up on it just like so. So in this case, this is just a regular Maytag washer, the ones with this 6 LED lights followed by a pause play. I cut this wood piece to about 21.5 inches so it fits the inner tub, and it just sits underneath the lips or this edge right here of the tub. So if you have a Cabrio, you can just take a tape measure and just measure the inner diameter of your tub and then cut a wood piece accordingly so it'll sit inside the tub and pushes up against this edge right here, like so. And the third piece you'll need for this solution is a scissor jack. And let me show you how we're going to put this all together. I'm going to let the jack out a little bit so I don't have to do that in an uncomfortable position. Then I'm going to put this spacer bar or spacer down there, put the jack on top of that, and then we're just going to put this piece, you'll have to balance it with one hand until it can actually get nice and caught up underneath that lip. So I think I unthreaded it too much. There we go. Then just gonna have to keep it balanced until it goes all the way to the top. Once you got it nice and snug, I do recommend wearing some sort of eye protection because you never know what could break off. But then all you gotta do is just keep on turning. You'll eventually hear a pop sound and the tub should start coming up. And if you need leverage, you can always just put a screwdriver inside the hole of the scissor jack and turn it that way as well. That's what we're gonna end up doing. I heard a pop. I think that would have been nearly impossible to try to do, just kind of pull off yourself. There's a pop. Another one. All right, so once you felt that the tub is very loose like that, you can go ahead and just take this entire contraption out. There we go. Go. Easy as that. And there's a sock in there as well. So if you ever needed to replace the inner tub, or even the outer tub, actually, if you have a crack in there or something like that, you just need to get access to it. That would be the way to separate the inner and outer tub. And there's we have it right there. Like I said, this is particularly important in the Cabrios, particularly if you're doing a bearing job. But that is the inner tub to this one. Unfortunately for this machine, this has got a bad transmission. Or bad transmission bearings. You could probably tell by that rust around those bearings on the bottom right there. But I just thought that this video would be helpful because this is a technique that I've used in the past in getting these inner tubs out. So if you did find this video to be helpful, make sure you hit the thumbs up sign.